Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone. This video is about inverter settings through SIT. On left side we have SIT web page. On right can see slides. On bottom right we have SIT device view. You will notice live matrix display. Display is showing time 9:15. There are few changes on web page since last video. You will notice it at the top. There are few icons which remain visible during scroll. Icons on left side of home icon will take you to link within open page. Like this thermometer will go to sensor readings. The icons on right are for pages on SIT website. So if I click on the info page, I will see the information. Information page is also updated since last video. I hope this is more understandable now. Setting timers is first section. Temperature is another section. Then we have IDs. And so on. I have planned to redsign few other pages. Maybe I add Google Translation too. Let's go back to purpose of this video, which is inverter settings through SIT. Let's go to the home page. Either we can use tile or top icon. This is Inverter Setup tile. It will take you to the setup page. Or this gear will also do the same. We have two pages for inverter setup. This is page 1 and this gear is for page 2. You may notice difference in gear icons. Gear icons for page 1 and 2 are different. Let's talk about the first page. First setting is output priority. We have 3 options. First will be utility or grid power, then solar, then battery. Second is solar, then utility or grid, then battery. Third is solar plus battery. Utility power is at least priority. I generally keep my setting on sub. You may choose as per you setup. I have planned to automate switching through SIT based on UV sensor readings and load. My wish list is quite long. Next setting is voltage range. The next one is output voltage range options. It can be 90 to 280 or 170 to 280. I keep it at 170 to 280. Otherwise computers reboot during power switching. Plural. Refer to user manual and decide. Please remember this is not inverter user guide. Use this guide to change inverter setting through SIT. Anyways, my recommendation is 170 to 280. Next settings is for audio alerts. That's the beep sound you hear every now and then. Green means on and red means off. Let's click on buzzer. Buzzer is red now, which means it's off. If I click on it again, buzzer will turn green, it active now. So all settings change on a click. Let's try changing few other settings. To change to sub, just click on it. Primary source interruption buzzer is set to on. So either grid or solar. Power state chagnis, the buzzer will beep. Next section is limits. You can set response on overload and temperature. Mine all three events are active. Includes overlaid restart and bypass. And high temperature. Clicking works. Either enabled or disable. Green means enabled as usual. What is next items? This is about inverter LCD. Live LCD is appearing in bottom right window. First setting is LCD, back to main menu. So display dashboard will go back to first view. If you keep it off, the display will stay. Then we have LCD backlight settings. Blue backlight always on. Let's turn it off and check if this works. This will take, I think, 30 seconds. Keep an eye on bottom right of screen. The screen will go dark in while. Let's check other settings meanwhile. These are power saving, fault record and data log. I'm not sure how these works. In any case, only fault record is enabled. Rest doesn't work for my inverter. You can try with your inverter model. Maybe you need to attach storage for data log. Or maybe this works with Bluetooth. Ah, did you notice the device screen is black? So our setting do work. Let's turn it back on. Here you go. This was all about first setting page. Let's go to the second page. Again, two choices tile or gear icon. Here is our second inverter settings page. On this page we can set battery equalization reset. Let's click on rainbow. This will take me to MISC options. Battery will take me to battery settings. Factory for reset settings. Let's start from top. We have three options for output volts. Mine is set to 220. You can set to 230 or 240 by clicking. The next setting is AC frequency. Either 50 or 60 Hz. My country is 50 Hz, so I have 50. So set according to your country standard. The next section is about battery. The levels at which battery should go to charging mode. And when to discharge or give output. Mine start recharging at 23. You can set between 22 and 25.5. For discharge the options are 24 to 29.5. Range is dependent upon battery volts. For 48V setup range will be different. Right now SIT supports 24V only. Next is battery charge priority. You have four options. Grid, solar first, solar and grid, or solar only. I generally keep it at solar and grid. The next section is battery charge settings. Here you can set amperes and volts. (2 to 60 ampere for grid charging. (10 to 80 ampere for maximum charging. Select and press submit to change settings. My battery backup is very minimum, like 130 mAh. So my charging current level is almost minimum. Excess amperes will heat up batteries. And we know amperes is actual current flow. Anyways, next settings are about voltage. For both floating and constant charge. The ranges is between 24 to 31.5. Please refer to inverter manual. I will not comment on this setting. The next setting is solar power balance. You have two options. Either solar power is maximum charging power, or solar power is maximum plus load power. I am not sure what this setting will do. So please consult your manuals on this too. I better not say if I am not sure. The next option is battery type. Here we have 8 options. My is flooded 1. So choose according to your battery. I believe this impact charging style. The next section is battery equalization. Better do research on equalization if it's new for you. This has to do about battery life. Mine is enabled. There are 3 more settings. Time in minutes, period in days, and timeout in minutes too. Next option is custom ID. This is useful when you have multiple inverters. Just enter ID up to 14 digits and press submit. Inverter date and time can also be set. Format is YYYYMDDHHMSS. Right now this feature can only read inverter date. Updating is not correctly working. Remember date and time are joined here. Next option is set OK parallel. This is used with multiple inverters. Mine is single, so no benefit for me. Single is always at OK status. Next is serial test signal. It's also called signal polling. You can enable or disable. I have not used it, so don't know its benefits. Please consult inverter manual. I always get response from serial port anyways. The last section is reset or erase. First option, restore factory settings of inverter. Click on it. A warning will appear. You can cancel or proceed. This warning will appear with all 3 options. Meaning for solar data erase and data log erase too. Be sure when you use any of these 3 options, you can lose all data history. This includes solar production and usage data. Be careful. Data lost is not recoverable. Consult user manuals. That's it, I think. These are all inverter settings you can do with SIT. SIT settings is different. I intend to do a separate video on it. It will include SIT device detailed settings. Hope this is helpful.